Aisha needed help, and Aisha was asking for help. And the persons and authorities and judicial system that could have helped her did not.
It's a story we've been following for years, since family members say Aisha Fraser was failed by the system.
The best that we can do is to learn from the failures that we have.
The Shaker Heights mother and beloved teacher murdered by her ex-husband in 2018.
The warning signs always there. Her mother sharing them with us for the first time.
My daughter had this deep fear that he was going to kill her.
Nearly 6 years after her public murder, Aisha's mother says she is still waiting for the right lessons to be learned.
It was a case that touched everyone in the Shaker Heights community and beyond. Aisha Fraser was stabbed to death by her ex-husband during a custody exchange.
We've reported extensively on this case and the ex-husband's previous domestic violence conviction from a separate attack that prompted Aisha to file for divorce. Well, since then, state lawmakers have tried to help protect women like her from meeting that same fate by passing Aisha's law. But sponsors are struggling to push it through.
In her first interview on her daughter's death, Aisha's mother told News 5's Morgan Trow it is time for the holdouts in Columbus to step up.
Mother saves everything. She just had that loving personality and always thought on the positive side. You know, she was a blessing.
Millicent Fraser's life changed on November 17th, 2018.
It's never been the same. I just had to pick up the pieces.
That's the day her daughter and beloved Woodbury Elementary School teacher, Aisha Fraser, was murdered by her ex-husband.
The judge should have never let him out after 7 or 8 months because he never even conformed when he was in jail.
Aisha's friend and colleague, Shantae Thomas, says she knew Aisha was in danger from her ex-husband, Lance Mason, a former Cleveland judge who had already served time in prison for domestic violence against Aisha.
Oh my God, the system absolutely failed her. And, you know, being there throughout all of that, we all were just devastated to see the contact that she had to have with him because of the girls.
Since Aisha's death, Ohio lawmakers have continued to propose legislation known as Aisha's Law. A bipartisan group of more than 30 of them want her story to lead to change. They're being helped by Cuyahoga County Council member and Aisha's lifelong friend, Meredith Turner.
The bill is asking for law enforcement to be trained and learn how to assess victims of domestic violence, specifically the risk of them losing their life.
House Bill 486 would also create additional penalties for aggravated murder when the victim was a family member, and for child endangerment when the violence happens around children. Plus, it would mandate that courts have to have a judge available around the clock to issue protection orders.
I absolutely believe there is a very strong potential to save lives.
Aisha's loved ones hope that lawmakers can get it done this time so that other families don't have to suffer the same fate.
They really need to make a stiffer law because there have been other women here in the greater Cleveland area. It doesn't stop, it just gets worse.
This is the third time the bill has been introduced, and the House always passes it, but it stalls in the Senate.
Tighten up on those laws.
Aisha's family tells me they will continue to fight for the bill to pass and for her story to be told. At the Ohio State House, I'm Morgan Trow reporting.
Feel that mother's pain that is shared by so many. Lance Mason ended up pleading guilty to his ex-wife's murder. At the time, he said it was to take responsibility and prevent his daughter from having to testify in court. Mason was sentenced to life in prison with a chance of parole after 30 years. We'll be right back.